It's perfect. We'll be killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, getting 2 birds stoned at once.
Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors.
Before we leave, you should probably see how the kids in the sewer are doing. Oh, alright, fine. Oh, there's very clearly a chest behind there, but I can't get it. What is this showing? Can't even use it for scrap paper. Give you nearly 500 gold for it. You just get, like, stupid amounts of gold. Like, even for absolute fucking garbage pictures. Oh, it only saves 12? Oh, okay. Yeah, like, 4.5 grand. And, like, look how much the new weapons are. So yeah, beat, technically, the best character in the game, because he just gives you free money. Pictures are absolute gobbo. Here, pay his silver bars. Yeah. There you go, start off with some photos. Free money. That's right, that's okay, so, it didn't say, what actually got changed outside of the, timer, but you can probably see that the damage numbers are pretty big now, yeah. You probably noticed the, little combo thing in the bottom right. So what changed is, in my turn, when I constantly attack something, it builds up that meter, and when I use a, special attack at the end, it consumes all of that, and the higher that is, the more damage the special attack does. Hey, can I have that? Can I? Hand it over the rat tail. Thanks, here, I'll give you this in exchange. Quiet stick. Ah, okay, I remember this now. Okay, so this is a extremely long fucking fetch quest that this game has. It spawns, like, yeah, it's spread throughout, like, the entire game. Like, the final dude that you have to exchange items for is, like, at the final place in the game. It's like one of those things that, like, you have to have a guide to tell you, like, who to trade to. I'm not gonna bother with that, because, like, it's just too much fucking busy work, I don't care. If you miss one person, well, you're shit out of luck, because this game doesn't actually let you go back to previous places. So it's like 100% like you need a guide. It's like, oh, I missed the dude that I was supposed to hand off like 5 hours ago. Whoops. Should be able to go back, right? Nope. It's fucking harsh. Yeah, that's why I am not going to bother with it at all.
Pictures? Come on, don't waste time on that stuff. You need to help me fight.
Don't waste time on these pictures that give us all the money in the world. Alright, tutorial time. Because we're not done with gimmicks in battle.
This is the action gauge.
Yeah, we know that.
I know that already.
Thanks, Pete.
Come on, tactical time is the time you get at the beginning of your turn to figure out what it is you're gonna do.
And as you can see, it's infinite,
Which
which means later on it'll not be infinite.
One more thing. From now on, the more echoes you build up, the more power your special attacks will have when they
Yeah,
hit
there we go. That's the thing that I explained. I think the higher the party level gets, like later on, I think it gets from like 16 to 24, then 32.
It's perfect. We'll be killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, getting 2 birds stoned at once. Also, of course, it's Sam Riegel. Quit taking every job. Yeah, like, dude, he was the voice actor for the main character in fucking Conception 2 as well. Like, god damn it, he's everywhere. But yeah, like we looked through like all of the voice actors for this. It's like, yeah, Liam O'Brien is in here as well. Tara Platt, like pretty much everyone who has ever been in a Persona game. Hey, there we go. Okay, there's the other gimmick. Excuse me, I'm just gonna take a few pictures before I murder you in cold blood. Oh, because he's standing in my shadow. Yeah, this went from cute to oh god, kill it. Yep, that's this game in a nutshell. You gave a child a gun, wanna shake his hand. Like, it's a gun that is also a hammer. Imagine what kind of attack that deals 3 damage to only take you off your feet, Lamau.
Right on.
To be fair, I've technically experienced what I would call an attack that would only deal 3 damage but knock me off my feet. It's being called a, you know, a dog owner. I've had one of my dogs straight up just like sprint directly into one of my legs and flip me over, make me drop on my ass. About to make a comment about what year did this come out on the GameCube, then I discovered it's 2007 360 game. Yep! This game is 15 years old. Like, when you think about it, this came out, like, around the time that, like, 360 games were nothing but a... Oh, god damn it, get out of it. Alright. Yeah. This came out about the time where 360 games were starting to be, like, nothing but, like, brown and grey shooters, so, like, seeing this much color is, like, very appreciated. What are you doing out here, sir? My inner voice cries out for me to capture in paint, the full essence of this great landscape. The lush bounty of nature is more, lush than I've imagined. Almost used up all my green paint. I'm guessing that's part of the, fetch quest. Like, I trade in the stick for paint, and I give the paint to him. Speaking of JRPGs from, like, well, this one's from 2010, pretty sure I've already brought it up once, but Resonance of Fate. I do have that on my wish list, like, my Steam wish list. I do want to play that at some point.
Oh, hey, Ellie. See you, bitch.
What the fuck is that? Ouchie ouch, alright. This thing is way stronger than the than the goddamn rat that we fought. You like gun? I love gun. I love RPGs with guns, which is why I wanted to check out Resonance of Fate in the first place. Oh, don't block, pussy. Take the hits like a man. Hey, there we go. So yeah, you get like a unique little cutscene thing there if you get 24 or higher on the combo count. How about gun with 2 high-power scopes, 6 barrel attachments, and drum mag with 2 stock attachments? So that's what peak performance looks like. That just sounds like those monstrosities that you hear on K. So this is one of the sections in the game where it'll just play one of Chopin's pieces and give you a little bit of trivia about his life. George Sand. It was impossible to tell the story of Chopin's life without the mention of this woman. Woman named George. George Sand was an extremely famous author in Paris who had already published numerous books. Her real name was Aurore Dudevant. George Sand was her pseudonym. George Sand looks more like Joan of Arc to me. Shut up. From 1938, Chopin would share his life with her for a long period, but when they first met, he commented to a friend, "Is that really a woman?" Fucking oof. Didn't play this game to learn. Sand was a somewhat masculine woman who wore pants and smoked cigars in public. Based. Even her pseudonym, George Sand, was masculine. She was unswayed by society's mores and expressed herself unabashedly. The romance novels she wrote were extremely popular. She wrote fan fiction. Of course she did. Of course, Chopin himself was also famous as a pianist in Paris by this time. But yeah, George Sand was necessary so that she could publish without being considered inferior because women heard, yeah, an unfortunate reality. Relationship between the genius pianist and the popular author must surely have been the talk of the town. At the time, Chopin was not in the best of health. Perhaps the attention paid to them by society aggravated his condition. During this time, Sand took Chopin to the Spanish island of Mallorca to allow him to rest. To avoid attention, they left Paris separately and rendezvoused at a village near the border. They found a place to live on Mallorca, and Chopin lived a happy life amongst the palm trees, orange trees, and pomegranates. Chopin's health appeared to be improving, but the island entered its rainy season, and the warm weather vanished. Chopin caught a cold that eventually led to a relapse of tuberculosis symptoms. At the time, tuberculosis was a terminal illness, and Chopin and Sand's landlord evicted them, fearing contagion. Hey, it's mirroring the game's plot, kind of. But instead of tuberculosis, it's magic powers. Oh, Japan. After being forced from their home in 1839, Chopin and Sand arrived in the Valdemosa monastery, and rain continued to fall outside. The sound of falling rain continued incessantly. The simple sound of raindrops blended together to form a dreary rhythm. It was under these circumstances that this song is said to have been born in a room in Valdemosa. See, chat, you're learning. A work created by Chopin at age 29. Oh god. Hey Jake, what did you do at 29? I played a JRPG about Chopin dying and his brain freaking out. The journey to find rest, ironically, resulted in the worsening of Chopin's health. But George Sand devotedly stayed by Chopin's side, never fearing infection. Brain refuses to crinkle, still smooth. There is little doubt that she was an invaluable source of comfort for Chopin. Still see that Twitch still eats all my sub messages and point rewards. Oh, of fucking course it does. It's okay, it's a small indie site. They'll fix it eventually. Ooh, Tecto wants a pro tip. Whenever you go on public transport, please wear a fucking mask. Don't catch COVID like I did. And there's your pro tip. Oh, nope. Don't want to save that. That's historical right there. That's a 15-year-old save file. Hippie hip, 37 months. Oh, well, I'm guessing you subbed, but Twitch is being a dick and not showing the sub, so thank you so much for the continued support, my dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, do not catch COVID. It's not fun. It is super not. Actually on proper hardware? Yes. I am on proper hardware for once because 360 emulation is kind of shit, and while technically PS3 emulation is actually, like, really good, the emulation for Eternal Sonata specifically is pretty garbage. You can play the game, but it runs at, like, massive, like, slowdown, like, at all times. So yeah, like, I legit brought out my 360 and hooked it up to my stream setup. I managed to lose the power cable, so I had to buy a new one off Amazon. Which, can you believe, they're surprisingly expensive. Cost me 40 bucks. 40 Aussie dollary dues for a new power cable. I had thought this was just ported considering how long it was. I wish it was ported. Like I was saying before, I would kill for this to get ported to the Switch. Mainly because that would mean that I would get to review it. Surprised you had a capture card for it? Dude, I have been doing this shit for over a decade. Of course, I have a fucking capture card for it. The majority of the games I, like, started recording were Xbox 360 games. I've been in the content creation game for a long-ass fucking time, my dude. Like, even my PC, which, like, I got it upgraded, like, 2 years ago, I think, at this point, which, like, at the time, it was the best. Yeah, I upgraded it with, like, the best stuff that wasn't, you know, like the 3060 at the time, because, like, no one could get a fucking 3060 or whatever. And, like, games have quickly just blasted past, like, my specs. And I could barely run shit now, and I hate it. Quiet glowing tail, what the fuck is that? Recover HP, temporarily shining body. Ah, okay, so it's a heal, and also a light, so it forces me to use light special attacks. Alright, Chopin got a new fucking staff as well. A new conductor's baton. It's not the weirdest item I've seen used as a weapon in a JRPG. I still think the top might be Waka from Final Fantasy X just using a ball. I'm gonna use this ball to kill God. Gonna replace my sports ball for my ultimate weapon. Sports ball with spikes on it. Man, like, I love Waka. Shame he's racist as fuck, but I love Waka. Like Happy Festival fireworks. And like, I still occasionally go back and watch Matt and Woolie's playthrough of Final Fantasy X. Like, that shit is just so fun.
Sit down.
Sorry.
So the man! Oh no!
So the race war starts now!
And the guy's a football fan, no wonder he's racist. Good point. Yowza Bowser, shut up. Mark, shut up. I thought you were dead. Spoilers. Though honestly, who gives a fuck about spoilers for Conception 2 of all things? Alright, is this another boss fight, I'm guessing, since it was just random save point? Hey, I know your umbrella is a weapon, but how come you don't use an umbrella as an umbrella? Hi.
I am looking for something myself, but I'm learning that it's not such an easy task when it's pouring down rain like this.
Nice to meet you, Johnny Young Bosch.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind providing me with entertainment to ease my frustration.
What?
Chad, it's Nero.
I really do hate it when my clothes get wet.
But his anime voice acting sounds so breathy.
Just as I was starting to get irritated.
Voice direction.
I can't stand the smell of this forest.
I'm a villain because I got a monocle, you see. And a katana for absolute no fucking reason. Like, it doesn't even have, like, a kind of musical look to it. Like, Allegretto's sword. But yeah, as you can probably see, this is supposed to lose fight. Maybe it's just because villains talk like cunts. Meets a random young woman and, like, old man, and is like, yeah, I'm in the mood for murder. Fortnite default dances. Just fucks off. Every time I think of, like, the Fortnite default dance, like, I specifically think of the Cass's videos, Cass Vanderpaul, like him and his Avatar videos that he did, where Zuko is doing that. The way he animates it, like, it's rough, but it's hilarious. That sign surely means I won't be joining you as a party member later on. Damn. That means we won't be able to hear Johnny Young Bosch's voice in every cutscene from now on, only when he shows up as a villain. Damn. Also, I'm just noticing the clear save file logo is actually Beat Sash. He's in a coma, yet left tragically attractive. I don't know why, but that phrase is hilarious to me. Okay, so yeah, this is the exact same path that Frederick and Polka were down. So we're gonna save them. It's like, honestly, it's a good thing because, like, we have a team of 2 jokers that, like, that don't have any healing skills at all, and a team of 2 healers. So, like, yeah, it's about time these groups, like, came together and actually met. 6 hits, medium knockback. Pierce the enemy with a sharp hammer. Alright. I'm not gonna get rid of Vivid Shot. You can't make me. Taking incredibly god-awful photos gives me all the money in the world. It's like, do you want more damage in your fights, or do you want infinite money? Hello, Rando? Darn my wife, that old hag. Can't take it anymore. I was complaining day and night. She's not going to be doing much talking at all once I break her dentures. Like this. Ah! Alright, old man. Haha, boomer joke. Wife nags. Ha ha ha, funny. I thought we'd get to this bit a little later. Like I keep saying, it's been 15 years since the last time I played this.
What?
Wife.
It finally stops raining.
There we go. Now you're starting to think like a boomer.
Hey, I think I see someone
Life
over
good.
there.
Ride, wife. Wife, fight back. Punch, wife. Wife dead. Regret. Oh, we can see Polka's feet. Oh, you can't see it because the event list is in the way. You're missing out on those sweet feet pics. Hey, how did you survive, fighting Nero out of nowhere? How far on, the to-do list would you put, Resonance of Fate? Oh, it depends, really. It depends on, like, future game releases and stuff. It's like, I still have the rest of the Yakuza franchise and, Mass Effect 2, 3, and Andromeda to do. But I also like to space them out so, you know, people don't get tired of them. They may find a spot for it somewhere, but considering my schedule, especially with fucking Pokemon just being thrown in there now, it may be a bit. I threw you a barrel full of eagles, would you move it up 1 space on the list? You can't buy my favors. I still can't get over the fact that fucking Chopin is voiced by Patrick Seitz of all people. Jesus. You underestimate my wallet. How desperate are you to watch some rando on the internet play Resonance of Fate? Like, I'm hesitating because, like, the last time someone brought out me to play a game of their choice, it was Tower paying me to play fucking Garfield Kart. There we go, now we're getting the big damage. So is he, apparently. Do enjoy Resonance of Fate's Japanese title. Oh, I bet it's fun. I bet it's fun. End of Eternity just makes just as much sense, right? I love hearing Japanese titles of, like, Western titles. What was the Japanese name for the, Fast and the Furious franchise? I've forgotten, but I remember it being really good. Yeah, Wild Speed, that's what it was. And I think the subtitles for, like, the other movies are also just as good. The Fast and Furious movies in Japan are called Wild Speed, Wild Speed X2, Wild Speed X3 Tokyo Drift, Wild Speed Max, Wild Speed Mega Max, Wild Speed Euro Mission, Wild Speed Sky Mission, Wild Speed Icebreak, and Wild Speed Super Combo.
What's a powder seller like you doing way out here?
Oh wait, Fast and Furious 9, Wild Speed Jet Break. It's so fucking cool. Fast and Furious 11 is Wild Speed Mega Max. Love that DDR game. It's so good with names, they are. Like, even the dumb ones are still really good because of, like, you know, just charm. It's like, yeah, they don't understand English, but they're trying. Chuny vibes to the max, yeah. Like, everything needs to be named after, like, a Kamen Rider, like, move. Or transformation. Fits for a Japanese audience, what with Dom's family speeches. I wonder what the Japanese dub of Fast and the Furious is like. I bet it'd be so fucking over the top. I've been just completely disregarding all the cutscenes, just talking about fucking Japanese Fast and the Furious. God, ever since I saw,
we should stick together, right?
Wooly's vlog, where he went to Japan, I've had just this desire to go check out Yakiniku Black Hole. Black Hole.
Yo, babe, where you want to eat?
I don't know, I was kind of thinking about having sushi. We haven't had
Fuck that
yet.
noise. We're going to Yakiniku Black Hole. Black hole.
I just had a spiritual experience, ladies and gentlemen. Can you agree? Can you agree that we had a spiritual experience at this Yakiniku? Specifically, Yakiniku Black Hole is the like no hyperbole, the best actual beef I have ever tasted in my life. Like, I don't know what else to go. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, we had plans for the rest of the night. Fuck them. I don't even care anymore about anything except for the goddamn beef in this amazing, amazing restaurant. Chie was right. Holy shit. Guys. Beef.
Now still, every now and then rewatch Wooly and Pat's Japan trips. Yeah. It's a plane. Pretend it's a plane. That has lived rent-free in my head since I watched that video for the first time. I think my favorite part was like watching Pat use his knowledge of the Yakuza games to navigate around cities.
Okay, there should be a Club Sega there. There should be a giant crab monster on the wall there. There should be a bridge down that way. There should be a little boat on the other side of these buildings that sells you weapons. That's probably not... They probably don't do that. Yeah, it's a video game.
There we go. Now we have our group of 4. Hey, chapter 2. I'm surprised we actually went through the whole chapter, considering how long the fucking cutscenes were at the beginning of the game. Oh, do we finally get to see the main villain?
Legato, stop worrying. Disturbing the peace is exactly
just like
what rebels
the over-the-top, like, royal, fluffy outfit, and then just Iron Greaves. Oh, who wants to learn more about fucking Chopin? On November 29th, 1830, an insurrection occurred in Warsaw, the capital of Poland. I can't believe this game comes with a built-in piss spray. At the time, most of Poland was Russian territory and desire for independence had been growing. About 4 weeks before the revolution on November 2nd, Chopin left the increasingly dangerous Warsaw and headed to Vienna. Said that Chopin's friends encouraged him to leave the country because they knew rebellion was certain. But Chopin was unaware of this, and his trip had been planned many months in advance. Chopin was unusually talented, as well as physically weak. So his friends wanted him to use the piano as a weapon to fight for Poland. He's physically weak, he can't lift a piano. On November 23rd, approximately 20 days later, Chopin arrived in Vienna. And 6 days after that, the insurrection in Warsaw started. It went on for almost a year, then on September 8th, 1831, Warsaw fell. 10 months of fighting had ended in defeat. Chopin, then aged 21, learned of the insurrection's failure while in Stuttgart, Germany. The feelings with which he played the piano at this time take the form of this composition, the Revolutionary Etude. To Chopin, who genuinely loved his homeland of Poland, the insurrection's failure was difficult to bear. But perhaps he found it even more difficult to bear the fact that he was safe in a foreign country. Chopin would never set foot in his native land again. I love the fact that I could hear the pianist actually stamp his foot during that recording. I wish I felt more of an urge to want to visit Japan as much as I did when I was younger. Yeah. Like, I'd love to visit Japan, but, like, I'm currently learning Japanese, and, like, that shit is hard. It makes my desire to actually go to Japan and try to, like, see everything, like, it kills my desire to do that, just trying to speak. Love anime young boy villains, always made him look so bisexual. Please, please, the cool twinks. Chorus Plains! Boy, it's like everything in this game is named after some kind of musical term. Fuck up your translation, that would probably be super accommodating. Also, phone translations. True. Just like, I've heard from people who, like, have lived in Japan for a little bit. It's like, they get real uppity if you've been there for, like, a month or two, and, like, don't improve your Japanese, like, at all. It's like, oh, you're not completely fluent by, like, a month? You're, like, subhuman. It's a goat. It's a bunch of goats. What? What are goats doing in a place like this? It's a plain. It's kind of where they live. If you're going to play, couldn't you do it somewhere else? Please, Mr. Goat, we're trying to get to the other side of the bridge. Do you think you can let us through? It appears futile. Doesn't seem to have the slightest intention of moving. I know. You have to use food in a situation like this. Everybody knows that animals always listen to people who give them food. You think? It's true. This one time in Rotterdam, I gave a seagull some breadcrumbs, and it brought me my hat that was stuck in a tree. Well, I suppose we've got nothing to lose. Might as well look for something that they can eat. There's a piece of paper here. I've heard goats eat paper. Maybe we should try giving this to her. Yeah, let's ruin the goat's digestive system to get by. No, not built for big hustle and bustle places. Did 2 weeks in New York. Place was the shit. New York seems like a interesting place to visit, but not to live. Like, I'm someone who, like, I'm just not very good in crowds, so, like, a place like New York would just be murder on me. Mentally. Such an anime run, Frederick. Spent the last day there the best way possible. Went to the very top of the Empire State Building. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck that. I am an absolute pussy. I'm terrified of heights. Fuck that shit. Thought for a second that white goat was just gonna fucking ram beat. Now that would have been funny. Alright, now we're just fighting dragons. When it comes to, like, enemy designs, this game is kind of all over the place. It's like, considering, like, we fought a boss before that was a giant dragon, like, you'd expect that to, like, oh, that's a fucking boss fight. It's like, no, that's just a regular enemy. It's kind of weird to me, like, level 10-ish. Yeah. Like, the entire game is like this. And because, like, the light and dark gimmick as well, like, it gets even worse. There'll be, like, enemies that look very unimposing, but, like, the second they get into, like, the shade, they turn into massive monstrosities. Run away! No way, come back! Imagine numbers will get super bloated in this game. Yep. Numbers get stupid bloated. And we're going to see that bloat show up real goddamn quick. That house right there has a very important character. Just picturing myself as a farm tender here, just seeing a bunch of kids with swords fucking skewering the goats. And I'm looking at the dragons like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's okay, they're angel goats. That means they're evil? Question mark? Anime dab run. Level 10. Shadow Assault. Switch Phantom Wave and Shadow Assault. I remember that because it does 6 moves instead of just the 1. Medium knockback, medium close combat attack by a knight. I always take the attacks that do multiple hits. Because the multiple hits from the special attacks carry over to the next character's turn. So Halo implied that they're ascended goats, dead goats, or goats that are holy. It says they're angels. Like, they're literally called angel goats. Oh, fucking Jesus! Alright, calm down. Single smack. So 420, nice. Save spot, alright. Guess we're gonna meet the overpowered character next stream. With that, it is 11 o'clock, so this is where we are going to be ending things for tonight. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. It has been fantastic to actually, like, come back to a fucking Xbox 360 game. I wanna, like, go to, like, a cache converters or some shit and just dig through their, piles of 360 games. I want to play some old jank that I've been meaning to play for, like, the longest time, but, like, never got around to it because that was back in the day when I was fucking poor. Feels alien to go back to last gen now, but it's not last gen. Last gen was PS4 and, Xbox One. That hurts to say. There are games that, like, I love to play, like, that are just weird and old. Like, Alice Madness Returns. Was Epic Mickey on 360 at some point? Or was that just the Wii? 'Cause yeah, like, I'd love to play, like, this era of games more. Like, before this, like, all I could really do is just hope that they were on Steam and they worked. Wish it was on anything else? Right, of course. Of course, it's just the Wii. Speaking of the Wii, like, there is one game on the Wii I want to play. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game, but it's a racing game. Like, it's set in 5Ds, because of course it is. Where, like, it's more focused on, like, the dual runner aspect, more than, like, actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh and shit. I want to play that so bad. But I have to set up a Wii. And, you know, setting up a Wii means I'm gonna need AV cables, and I'm pretty sure my TV doesn't even have AV ports at all.